All right, guys. Welcome to this fantastic morning where my pretty snow is all starting to finally melt from the last couple of days. It's not bad today. It's still cold. Oh, we can see the hill revealing itself over there. Oh, and look at the field. It's starting to reveal itself too. It's all the white snow starting to disappear. It's all gonna be gone by Monday for sure. Hell, probably by Sunday. It's gonna be raining all day Sunday. So I wonder what the road's gonna be looking like. I wonder if we'll be able to walk the entire 5 miles today, or if we're still gonna have to cut it short. Either way, I think after today we might be able to walk it. I like how it looks like my phone's just like floating in the air in my shadow. Gotta breathe that cold air in. It's like the trick is, for me anyways, the faster I can breathe this cold air in, the warmer my body can actually warm up as my body adapts to the cold air entering my lungs. Yeah, I was just yawning that time. Whew. So damn bright out today. I might just have to remove my screen protector. Might be a bad call, but at least my phone has that anti-reflective screen on it. But I have a privacy screen protector on top of it. You know, to help with the privacy from the side views and shit. But the glare from outside is just, man, it makes it hard to really see chat sometimes. And I'm wearing sunglasses too. And fuck, every day when I'm on my walk, I always remember it. Cause I do have like this little clip-on umbrella for my phone. But then every time, by the time I get back home, I always forget that it exists. I know exactly where it's at. It's inside my little netted backpack with my cones that I use to practice slow riding skills for my motorcycle. And it's on the front porch. So all I have to do is just go to my front porch, find the bag, and then just take the little umbrella out so I can clip it to my phone. Go ahead and switch hands real quick because I feel my earbud case in my back pocket and I forgot to put it in my jacket's chest pocket. Because if I slip and fall, I don't want my fat ass falling on it and crushing it. Wouldn't be the first time I've accidentally slipped, fell, and crushed something in my back pocket. I've done that a couple times back in the early 2000s. Back before smartphones were that popular, and the Razor flip phone was like the best phone I ever had. I had it in my back pocket, slipped, fell, crushed the screen, had to replace it. I don't know if you guys could tell, but man, just look at how the sun just reflects off of this. Like even with the dirty snow, the sun just reflects off of it. It makes it all sparkly. I like how their sign says registered now for winter too. What the hell is winter too? Don't they mean for spring? We only got one winter. Unless they're breaking the seasons down into two different things so that they can charge for money that way. So instead of charging monthly or quarterly, they probably do it like, what would it be broken down 6 times a year? Whew. We're gonna let this person go first. Oh, this looks slippery as shit. Yeah, that's ice. See, look, that's straight ice. Just because it's warm out and there's puddles doesn't mean everything is water. You gotta be careful with that shit. Fucking black ice right there. Woo, I about slipped. Yep, that shit's black ice. You gotta be careful. Can't let that shit trick you. I just about fell flat on my face. I I just barely caught myself. See, like in the beginning of the walk when we saw like that thick gray ice, like you know the thick chunks, that shit's slippery. But black ice, when it's thin like that, I don't know what it is, but it makes it slipperier. So that's just the most dangerous. It's like it's not the thick ice you got to worry about. It's that thin black ice. Even if it's thick, when it's that clear, yeah, that's when you got to be the most careful. Because like although I'm wearing boots, the shit's still slippery. Once we get around this corner, we'll be at our first creek to check on. And I'm pretty sure the only reason I didn't fall on my face back there, even though my foot slid, was because how small the patch was. Like, sure, it's still a decent sized patch of black ice, but my foot slid, caught the asphalt. So, you know, obviously it made traction and I stopped. But if it was all black ice, I probably would have done the splits and everything. Probably would have fucked myself up. Let's go over here and check on the creek. It's almost completely exposed. it's a bit more shallower than yesterday. Yesterday it was a bit deeper, and the water was above all those rocks, and then it was just flowing through. That was weird. When those cars passed by each other, it sounded like they hit each other. Looks like the food pantry place is probably setting up for the day. Looks like they already got cars already lined up too. Man, I wonder how early these people arrive so they can be some of the first ones in line. I mean, obviously it's first come, first serve. So if you're one of the first ones here, you get more stuff. But then as it starts to, people come by, the supplies, they start to dwindle. And then when they're out, they're out. See if we can safe across the road. See nobody on our right. We're good on the left. We got more ice right here. I just saw that shit freaking glimmering. Yeah, all these people are here in their cars waiting in line. They'll have this line start on this road on the other side of this building, and it'll go back. And then it'll come up against a residential road, and then swirl down into this alley to help with traffic congestion. Sometimes it's long as hell, sometimes it's not. Like, yeah, the line's not that long today. It hasn't even came past the building yet. So I reckon as time gets closer and closer, I think they open at noon or 1. Some shit like that. The dogs inside the house beside me are howling because of the fire trucks blaring their horns and sirens driving down the street. We're going to check on that big ass wasp nest today too, like we do every day. Check the creeks, check the nest. But yeah, that line where people I was talking about, where they'll line up down there, the road comes out right there, and then they'll start swinging all the cars around down through this alley. So like, hey, look, there's a doggy. He'll probably start barking at us. And we've got more ice right here, but it doesn't look like it. And then here we got that stupid ass wasp nest. I was hoping it was gonna fall during the snowstorm we had, but no, that shit's sturdy as a motherfucker. It had like a foot of snow just sitting on top of it. Trains are completely thawed out. Some of them are rusting like hell though, from where all that snow sat up there. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but or from that distance that it's currently set to, but there's a bunch of brown spots on top of these black tankers. And you can see where the snow and ice and everything just dripped down the sides. They liquefied and, just ate away at the paint. And I got distracted by that bird. Anyways, yeah, some of these are starting to rust from where all that snow sat up there. God damn, that must be a big ass train over there. So if we end up walking all the way to where I want to go today, depending on how the road looks, we'll run into another set of trail tracks. Well, railroad tracks. I don't know why I said trail tracks. And there's a train over there right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I hear it. And if they're going this direction, then they're going to be at a railroad crossing out in that direction. But if it's going this way, then it's going to be at the crossing over that way, which means it's coming from this section over here. So if we are able to walk all the way down today, depending on how the road looks up here, not just the road, but the path too, but depending on how it all looks, we may or may not run into this train up here. So now we're coming up to this bridge and we're going to check on the other creek. I've been checking on this creek like every day during my walk. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird or something, but I find it fascinating how it transforms from, this being covered with snow, the ice, everything like that. Ooh, it's damn near almost completely open now. There's still like a small ice sheet, like right, I think it's right here if I'm looking at it on the screen correctly. Or maybe like right there. And then we still got some ice sheets down here underneath the bridge. I'm actually extremely curious how deep that center is. I've actually never went down there. Never been. I think there's a homeless camp down there right now because you got this little walking bridge, then you got the land bridge for the railroad, and then there's a creek on the other side. I don't know if it keeps going that way or if it goes this way and then curves and then continues this way. But I know on the other side of the main road over that way, I think there's another small creek that comes this way that could also connect to this part as well. But I don't know if that's private creek or if it's more of a runoff. Because the city has, we do, like, although this is a creek and everything, like, it's all part of a bunch of runoffs. So, yeah, it's a continuous creek. And then it all goes into the river up here. Kind of wish it was deeper. It'd be nice to be able to go right there every day and fish instead of having to walk, all the way this direction to the river. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's melted some. Some, anyways. So it looks like it's melted a bit right here, but then it gets thick, so we'd be forced into the road. A couple more days. We probably could walk up this. So, you know what? Let's go this way. So I haven't been on the main road over here ever since the truck broke down. So let's go check. Because although there's sadly no sidewalks, I kind of wish they would put sidewalks. We do have these bike paths to walk in. So we'll walk up here to the main road and see what the path looks like. Maybe we might be able to walk the full 5 miles today. This here's a tavern. I've actually never been in there. Never once have I been in there. I've thought about it, but I'm not a big drinker. Where's that car coming from? Oh, it's coming from behind us. There's two of them. We're gonna wait. It looks like we might be able to actually walk this way. It looks like some of the trail's exposed. And it's not all just snow and shit pushing into the road. Yeah, yeah. Shit. Looks like we're gonna walk our entire full distance today, guys. The tricky part might actually be the railroad crossing. Up here, we're probably gonna have to walk in the middle of the road because large puddles always form. So depending on how busy it is, we may have to do some jogging up here. People on this corner, their dogs are out. But it seems like they actually listen to their owner. Oh my god. Seems like they listen to their owners pretty well, though. As soon as they started uh, barking, I guess you could say, and on the move, the owner just popped out, told them to basically shut up, and they just shut up and turned around. I'm pretty sure this building right here is like a small scrapyard. A lot of people come here all the time. I was actually stopped on my walk one day. Some random guy ran up to me and was like demanding my, like, semi-aggressive, or maybe you could say passive-aggressively, demanding my ID for like $10. I was like, fuck no. Because some of these people, like, you don't know them. Sure, it's $10. Easy $10. But then now you're putting that scrap in your name. And if that shit's stolen, it comes back on you. See, like right here at this section, we gotta be careful. Yeah, we got cars coming, so we're gonna wait. Because you got this like big puddle right here. And it's all mushy stuff in between the puddle and that snow. So we're gonna have to walk into the road. Here comes another car just speeding around. It looks like they slowed down around the corner. Oh, there's that big ass train we heard earlier. Well, in fact, it may not have even been that one. It could have been a different one since there's two rails. Sometimes they will have one parked there while utilizing the other side too. So this portion that we're on, when we stop at the trail and turn back and go the opposite direction, we usually walk about 3 to almost 4 miles a day. Well, this extra stretch adds on, I believe, at least another mile or so. Pretty sure at least a mile. Because every time we walk down here to my true halfway point and then turn around and go back, my laps are always like 5.10 miles or 7 to 8 kilometers, some shit like that. And here we got a person pushing their cart up the hill. So when we get up here, we'll just politely walk around them. We'll have to watch over our shoulder and make sure we don't get hit by any cars. Alright, so there's no one coming that way, so we're going to continue going this way. Hey, how you doing? We gotta be careful when they walk underneath this bridge. This is thin ice as well. Look at how the ice is formed coming out of these pipes. I'm not gonna do it today because I'm actually curious to see what my total distance is gonna be if I use this halfway point and then keep going down the trail. I know if I go my normal route, it'll be over 5 miles. But if I just keep going down the trail and then we end at the convenience store, then I'm curious when I get home what that total distance is gonna be. Like, is that straight path there? Is it gonna make it completely short? Or is the path that I usually take, does that add an entire mile length of distance? Or will it all stay the same and be about 5 miles? Because if it's the same, then when I feel like one path is starting to get boring, I can, switch to the other path. Or if I feel like I want to have a short day, then I can take the alternative path too. Oh, that's ice. Actually, that might actually be some pretty thin ice. No, it looks like it holds up pretty well. I really wouldn't want a chance to try and put all my body weight because my foot goes through there and it gets soaked. Now I gotta walk all this distance with a friggin' icy ass foot. Well, looks like this battery pack I had died. It wasn't fully charged. It was only like at 40 some percent. And then my phone battery itself was at 66, it was between 60 and 66 when we left. So let's see how I can do this without causing too much shaking in on my camera. I'm gonna see if I can wrap this cable up. Cool, cool. Oh, but it didn't cause too much shaking. Now I guess the real test is going to begin with this cold air. Will my battery life on my phone from 99% be able to stay charged long enough until we get home? The only thing I got to worry about right now is it sounds like they're getting that friggin' train geared up, started up, whatever. So it's like, am I going to be able to make it up to this crossing, or are we going to just miss it and have to wait for this big ass train to pass? Looks like we're good. Even if they start honking their horn now and all the alarms start going off, they're not going to be up here by the time we cross. Damn, it feels good to walk the whole distance now. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be warmer out, so we'll be ditching the jacket and bringing out the hoodie. But I think what we're going to do tomorrow is probably walk across, keep going past the halfway point, cross that main road, and I'll take us up on the bridge and show off the river. Look, we just made it across that railroad. Shit. Oh my God, I can't talk. There's either another train coming or that one train that was sitting there is starting to move. Wow, that girl's falling way too close to that car. So yeah, I think tomorrow, depending on what the weather's gonna be like, if it's another nice sunny day like this and it's warmer, yeah, we'll don the hoodie and we'll go check out the river. It's like I'm sad that the snow's all melting and everything and it's going away. At the same time, I'm glad I can continue my long walk every day. So I would rather walk the 5 miles or I guess 7 to 8 kilometers for all you out there compared to my just over 3 miles or 5 kilometers. So I definitely prefer the longer walks. Sure, my body pays for it though. Because at times I got a limp, sometimes I don't. But then when I get home, my thighs will be freaking killing me. They'll just be radiating with so much pain. And it's not even from the walking. Look at this cute little doggy. Yeah, corgi's always running up and down that fence. Cute dog. Reminds me of like a tiny woman. Feisty with attitude, but can't really hurt you. And you know, walking back, now that we're facing this direction, when I was standing over there, it didn't look like all of this was uncovered. It looked like this part of the road was part of the road, and all of this that's covered with snow is still part of the path. So at least now I know that this is technically uncovered, and it'd be safe to walk it. Okay, clear right, we're clear left. I know I should look left first. Technically I did, just not with the camera. And now we continue forward. Probably should have worn my hoodie today. I'm burning up, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm burning up. Like, I'm only wearing my gloves for a little bit of comfort. I may just take the gloves off completely and just shove them in my pocket. But at the same time, like, let's do that now because they are hot. I'm feeling that shit. Like, although it's cold outside, I think technically it still might be below freezing temperatures. But I think once it gets close to the afternoon, it's going to be just above freezing. So it's cold, but not freezing. And it's not windy. So we don't have to worry about that wind chill factor. Like, yeah, there's a breeze, but it's not like, like say if it's like 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius for you guys, that it's going to be like, I don't know, like 10 degrees less in wind chill or something. Like, I'm burning the fuck up. I am so burning up. And, whew, I'm actually thinking about removing this too. Because this is help keeping all the heat trapped inside, my chest area. I might just unzip my jacket a little bit. Because it's freaking hot. You know what? This is probably a good time for me to like take poses like this and shit so I can go back on my computer and take screenshots. Oh boy. Tell you what though, the good thing about having all this snow on the ground right now is if you do get too hot, like all you have to do is just unzip your jacket and just fall face first, whatever, into the snow. Hope you don't land on any like covered dog shit or anything, but oh man, like that snow would help cool you off so well. You'll probably regret it later, but that initial hit from the snow on your hot body would feel really good. Check out that tree. Maybe it was the park rangers or something, but I'll turn the camera back around. So they chopped them at the base. So the vines are dead. But the squirrels love them. Squirrels be running up and down this tree all day. And technically, we got this tree. It's different from the others because, all these are like brown trees and everything. But then we got like some of these trees right here. They're white. All the bark peeled off. And they're just white trees. This one, they just kind of grew right here. I always think of them as like three sisters or something. It's like maybe it's one base with three trees, or three trees miraculously grew up together. That phone's at 81% now. Because it is still cold to where, it does drain on that battery some. Plus, we are multi-streaming, and we're not just on one platform. We're streaming to three. So I know that's got to be taking a lot of processing power. But I would kind of hope that the heat generated from that would help balance out the extreme cold. So I think on a nice day when it's warm out, to where the battery's not affected by, the weather at all, whether it's hot or cold, I think my battery can definitely last over an hour, but I don't know yet. Damn, it's only 11:35. Holy shit. For some reason, I thought we started this walk a lot later than I thought I did. My time has been off all day. Like I woke up at I think it was 1:30 a.m. for some reason. And then I saw the time. I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm going back to sleep. And then I woke up around 9:30 this morning. Started watching a few streams. Well, I started interacting with a few streams while I was getting ready. It just feels like I had a rush this morning for some reason. I guess it's just one of those mornings. Oh, check it out. I think the line for the handouts are starting to come around this corner right here. It could be what this other vehicle's doing too. Could be doing his 3-point turn so we can line up behind these cars. Sometimes, because you can have a nice car, a nice life, and all of a sudden you lose your job. And now you need all the help you can get. But at the same time, some people can't let go of their cars either. See, they all just wrap around here. So it starts wrapping around here, and then it's going around this corner, and they're all lined up. And then the pantry people over here will have somebody over here they'll be directing traffic, sending one car at a time, so not everybody's trying to, block up the main road or sitting on these railroad tracks or anything. Let's face it, some of these fucking people are retarded. They would literally park their damn car on these tracks just to get stuff if it means that they can get stuff. They're not going to care. So, to prevent dumb shit like that from happening and to prevent possible accidents, we gotta be careful right here. It's in the shade, so there's some ice. Okay. So, while, like, they do a good job at managing it, some accidents do happen, but it's not from the people online. It's just drivers on the main road. Like, I watched this girl and this one guy in his car from the left coming one day, and they had plenty of time to slow down and even stop. Like, they didn't have to let me cross. There's no legal obligation that they have to let me cross. It's just there's a light you can hit. It flashes caution that there's a pedestrian crossing or possibly getting ready to cross. There's no legal obligation that they have to stop. But I think the guy in the passenger seat told the girl in the driver's seat possibly to keep going, just like, forget this guy, just keep going. Well, they weren't paying attention, and there's a truck that stopped on the right side, and he made a left turn, and if they would have stopped, she wouldn't have friggin' dinged that truck like an idiot. Because he probably thought, too, that they were probably all going to stop for me to let me cross, but nope, they didn't. Let's see, we're clear left, clear right. Yeah, looks like they're going to be getting ready to let people get stuff. So that's cool. I've never been there myself. Like, I do consider myself poor, but I'm not that below the poverty line to where I can't feed myself either. In fact, like I guess I shouldn't say I consider myself poor, but I live a more poor lifestyle, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I think I'm between poor and middle class. Because I do make enough money to take care of a family if I have one. But at the same time, like, it's not like I would consider myself like wealthy by any means or like a true middle class to where it's like I can buy all this fancy shit. Because the way I see it is if you can take, like, anybody who can take $100 a month and set it aside for savings and they're still able to pay their bills and put food on the table, I would say you're doing good. If you're able to set aside like $500 a month for savings while doing that, you're doing good. Like, you're doing well. And then, like, if you're able to still can do all that, plus say $500 a month, and to be able to go out every weekend and enjoy yourself responsibly, you're doing great. But a lot of people, especially Americans, they don't know how to budget for shit. Like, let's use $3,000 a month, for example. $3,000 a month can get you by pretty easily. And there's like a lot of people in my city that would probably argue that $3,000 a month isn't a lot of money. But I'm not counting like health insurance or shit like that. Like, I'm counting in the sense of, a roof over your head, all your utilities. Does everybody in the household need a cell phone? No. You can get a home phone. A cell phone is just more convenient. But could you still get like the two adults in the house smartphones, and then like if you got like say 3 kids and get them cheap phones? Yes, you could. You could. And then still be able to put food on the table. But some people will see that and be like, well, what about health insurance? What about car insurance? What about car payments and all this shit? And it's like, you need to ask yourself, when it comes to health insurance, it's out there. A lot of jobs do offer health insurance. But a lot of people, they want the best health insurance that they can get, so they pay an arm and a leg. Like even during my second marriage, I was able to get my ex health insurance for her for less than $350 a month. And it was basic health insurance. Like she still had it, like, she still had a deductible and all that shit. But she had basic health insurance that covered all her basic essential needs as a woman. The healthcare.gov website that everybody likes to call Obamacare, and then we got people with cars. Well, they want these brand new cars paying between $500 to $1,000 a month so they can look cool because they want it, not necessarily because they need it. You know what would actually do my people better? If they would act like a lot of other countries out there, lower the speed limit. Because we don't really technically need these fast-ass speed limits. Our people have just gotten extremely fucking impatient and lazy. And it's all about me, 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 you know? But at the same time, these cats are mad at me. I think this other one's trying to mount one of the other cats, and they looked at me and ran. Cock blocked the cat. But they focus on everything that they want and not what they actually necessarily need. Same with like cars and our fast speed limits. Like they don't necessarily need them. Sure, our country's big as hell. But do we really need these fast ass speed limits and the city limits? Nah, we don't. Do we all need fucking cars, SUVs, trucks, vans? Nah, we don't. So I haven't had a car in like the last 2 years. I had like a $950 payment, and I was like, fuck this shit. I get it back, and then last year I got my motorcycle. Because where I live, everything's in walking distance. I can literally just walk everywhere. And then with America being America and us having Amazon and everything can be delivered, if I really wanted to stay home and pay everything through delivery fees, I could. Like, do we technically need cars anymore? No, not really. It's raining outside. Wear a fucking poncho. It's just fucking water. It's cold. Boo-hoo, grow the fuck up. Your body adapt to it. Now, do I plan on getting me another car? Yeah, eventually. I might get me another one this year. I might get me like a small truck. So I've been driving my brother's small truck. And I think I might get me my own small truck. Maybe like a Jeep truck, like a Jeep Gladiator or something. And that's mainly for when I need it. And then I'll be using my motorcycle for all the local stuff. Like if I want to go out to eat, I can take the motorcycle. If I want to go to like a small coffee shop or get me like a donut or something, I can take the motorcycle or walk. Hell, we even have public transport. It's like $2. You can even get like a day pass. I think a day pass is like less than. I don't even know how much a day pass is. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just remember last time I went on a bus, I paid $2. So they weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. But I also plan on doing some possible long distance driving to like campsites and shit. Maybe do a lot of camping this summer after I come back from Asia. So think about doing some motorcycle camping. Looking at a top box and some soft panniers for the bike. And then this will be my first time on my bike doing like long distance on this specific bike. Because usually I just take it from my house to the parking lot and practice slow maneuvers on it all day. So I'm trying to get myself used to, tight turns, clutch control, all that shit, especially for when I go back to Asia. Yeah, I know they got like automatic motorbikes over there and whatnot. But if I can learn how to master my motorcycle and clutch control and everything, then I feel like when I'm back over there on those small motorbikes, even though some of them are automatics, I'll have better balance and I can't talk, and be able to better handle the bikes easier and not accidentally whiskey throttle and end up in front of a truck or something. Like I almost did a couple years ago when my friend was teaching me. When she first started teaching me, I thought I had a handle on it. And then for some reason, like I accidentally pulled the throttle back way too much and shot out of her yard right into the road on the other side. And I was like, oh God, thank God there was no kids or people walking by or a goddamn car. Like if I was a finicky person, that probably would have scared the shit out of me so bad that I'd probably never ride again. Now, my motorcycle, it's a real Enfield Himalayan 450. I've dropped that damn thing like 5 times now practicing. I bent my clutch lever into a J-hook too. I got a new one. I'm just waiting for it to get warmer. Then I'm gonna go out and get these, I forget what they call them. I don't know if they're called like knuckle busters or knuckle guards or some shit. But I know it attaches to the end of the handlebar and then covers the front. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's another bar guard area for like the lower part of the engine, I think it is. So that way I can practice dropping my bike even more. Because yeah, I mean, I'm human. I still have that fear of falling off the bike, but I don't want to damage my bike either. So I'm planning on starting to get used to falling off or dropping the bike a lot too. Because I think next year I wouldn't mind looking into traveling to India and taking one of those Royal Enfield tours or whatever they're called. I call them Royal Enfield tours. I'm not sure what they actually call it, but I know I think you get like a tour through the Himalayas at Royal Enfield or something like that. And you can ride their 411s and their 450s. It's also one of the reasons why I got this 450 now too, so I can prepare to ride those in India as well, so I can work on my experience as a newbie rider. I mean, sure, I could have got me like a small scooter or a small motorbike like in Asia, but I wanted the 450 so I could, travel across the state and shit like that too. Because in Ohio, somebody actually mapped it out. They call it the Great Ohio Adventure Trail. It's roughly 1,100 miles long, and it goes through, I believe, like 3 state parks. They're either state parks or they're national parks, but 3 big parks, a bunch of cities, well, villages per se, and it starts down in Ripley, Ohio, travels along the Ohio River, curves along the base of the Appalachian Mountain, and continues north and ends at Lake Erie. I think they got the ending point to be like some type of like barbecue shop, well, restaurant. So once you finish the ride, you can enjoy some barbecue. I might try that next year, maybe. Depends if I can, if I have the money to buy everything I want to for the trip, and then try to plan it out. And I might try and plan it out with other Ohio adventure riders. See if like 1 or 2 people or some shit at least want to tag along from the beginning to end. Because I would rather not do it solo, especially as a new rider, just in case something happened. And I'm not trying to do the whole, 1,100 miles in one day. If I had to spread it out over a week, I'll spread it out over a week. And I'll try and live stream the whole damn thing too. I'll get I'll record it. I'll buy me another camera so it can try and record the entire trip, the entire way from start to finish. And then I'll try and live stream it all from start to finish. I'm not sure what the signal would be like going in and out, especially out there in the countryside and going up in the forest and shit. But, whew, it will be interesting to see how this turns out. I think that guy on the right's over there trying to take a piss, so we're going to put the camera over here. So, I got all kinds of plans for this year. I know I'm rambling a lot about a lot of different things. Sometimes I just have no idea what the hell I'm even talking about sometimes. But yeah, I'm excited for this year. I think part of the reason why I also had a lot of balance issues on my bike was because I was also like 260 pounds or 118 kilograms. And back on December 1st, I started my diet. And now I'm back down to like 220 or 100 kilograms. So I've lost like 40 pounds, 18 kilograms over the last 2 months. I guess I should say like last 2 months and 2 weeks, something like that. So like 10 weeks. I'm going to try and keep it up until March 30th. And then hopefully when I go start riding the bike this year, being 40 pounds lighter will help me, have better balance. So that's also part of the reason why I was trying to lose weight. Because it wasn't just to, be healthy or anything, or be healthier. It was to lose the fat, or lose a lot of that fat actually, and then see if I can handle my motorcycle easier being lighter. Hopefully that 40-pound difference makes a lot. But also, for when I come back to Asia, I'm going to be burned up like a motherfucker, guys. Like, I've been to Asia before, even around 220 pounds. And that shit still overheats me like a fucker. Like, my body just has a hard time with the heat. So I've been drinking like 3 to 5 liters of water a day, just trying to freaking adapt to it. Oh, look, parking lot looks mostly cleared. Sure, there's like big mounds and hills and shit, but for the most part, it's all flat. I don't know why I said flat, but it's all melted on the other side. I saw that car drove by and it made me think of something else. So I'm sitting here going hills, mountains, and then flat. But yeah, those hills, like these small little hills and mountains of snow will probably be here for a bit. And then over the weekend, like that huge ass mountain of snow, it's going to be melted. It's going to be gone. Because it's going to be raining all weekend, I think. But that's going to be there probably even after the rain. But for the most part, the parking lot is cleared up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. We're going to end the stream here for today. I'm going to go ahead and go to the store, go buy some stuff. I want to make sure I got my hands, cleared so I can carry them. And I'll probably catch everybody later. I played some Battlefield 6 last night, but even when I was thinking about playing something different, it just wasn't. It's just one of those nights, So, but tonight we'll probably play some more Mountain Blade 2. We might turn on Diablo 4, start a new hardcore character again. See if I don't die this time. Or we'll probably play some more Mountain Blade 2. So, that said, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I'll catch you guys all later. Peace. If I can find my ending.